Hey everyone, Farmer Min here. Welcome to Oregon Springs 17. A new map out today, along with like the Christmas presents of mods out today. This map, we had Oakfield Farm, which I did a map tour and posted earlier. Update to the Valley of the Old Farm, pretty cool, and some mods. So it's been kind of a cool day. It's been a busy day. We are here on Oregon Springs 17. If we look at the description on the mod hub, it says the base of the map is made from Google Earth. Changed a little bit to make it more enjoyable. This was originally a FS15 map, but it came out just very briefly, 2 weeks before FS17. So it's been modified to FS17. Has all the base functions of the map. There is one thing that Field 5 is the only field that has missions on it. I've double checked that. I went around other fields. It is true. Field 5 is the only one that has missions. And that's due to because of the shape of the fields. What else? Well, that's all pertains to PC, not us console players. There are 3 different farms for the animals. There's a cow farm, a sheep farm, and a pig farm. There is also a chicken farm. So that's 4 farms right there, plus there's others. As you will see, there are 2 contractor areas, which I would assume be placeable areas, a biogas plant, garden center, a sawmill. There is a train station, which I don't know why it's called a train station, but we'll look at that. Livestock market, vehicle shop, and what have you. I should point out that this is by Richard of NLD Farmers. Now, being an American, I enjoy good American maps. And in all honesty, I feel that some of the American maps that we get on console don't really represent well, I'm from the Midwest farming, and I was excited about this map because I saw the PC version and thought, hey, that, a lot of the aspects of this map is what I have in my neck of the woods, so I was excited. But this is definitely an American map. Wide open spaces, big fields, big farms, wide open farms, big machinery. But when we come in at this farmhouse on the porch, and you can see a couple things that right off the bat, these trees, a lot of these trees are this way. So that's an interesting aspect to it. Grass textures are a little different, and as far as I'm aware, they are going to be the same throughout the year, even when seasons isn't enabled. So that's interesting. But before we get a little carried away, let's take a look at the map. You can notice there are odd-shaped big fields. We are right here at this flashing icon right here. We zoom in. This is the farm where we start off at. You could call it the main farm, but that's okay. Main farm. You have field 1, field 3, field 4, and field 15. All arable fields. You look at the map, lots of weird shapes, and this is typical for Oregon. This kind of setup, this fields. In my neck of the woods, every field is a square. Every field is typically 1 mile by 1 mile by 1 mile by 1 mile, which is what we call a section, 640 acres. And that's usually divided up into 4, so we call it a quarter, which would be 160 acres. So I'm used to the nothing but square fields, but this is the way it is in Oregon. Interesting, different sizes, different shapes, and what have you. If we look at the map, a lot like Sunshine Valley that came out a little bit ago, roads that kind of go everywhere here and there, maybe a little bit difficult to navigate at first, but if you look at it from a circular point, so we start here, go straight north, and you come up here, and this is the chicken farm. Okay, so if you go there and you go clockwise around the map, every cell point, every farm kind of is on this circular track around the map. The roads in the middle are just going to help you get from here to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this farm here. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to start the clockwise motion all the way around the map. That to me is the easiest way of doing it. So when we leave the farm here, we are going to start off up here and look at this train station. There is a fuel refill point, and there is a trying to think, is it a, yeah, that's a grain sell point. So that'll be the first stop. The second stop, we will hit the chicken farm and the chicken farm barn there. Then we will hit the pig farm right here. You come down, we're going to hit the OS Pacific Grain, the shop. Come down more, we'll hit the garden center, OS Oregon Springs Garden Center. Then we're going to hit the cow pasture here. There's another farm there as well. We go below that, we're going to hit Blue Line Feeds, a sell point. There is a refill point here, which I would consider another farm. Then we come across, coming west, we're going to hit this spot here, which is the sheep farm, so technically another farm. And then coming back up along the west side, we're going to have the OS Sawmill, Pete's Diner, the livestock market, and the biogas plant, along with the placeable area right up here. Okay, so that's kind of the map. That's the way we're going to do it. Let's take a look at the rest of the stuff. Here you can see you have 4 main sell points for your grains: the Blue Line, the Pacific Grain, the Peach Diner, and the train station. Scrolling across prices, you know, I'm just going to say average. I started this on normal. We have the standard number of liters of crops in our silo. You have 2 sell points for manure, Mary's Farm and the biomass plant. You have 2 sell points for slurry. You have 1 for wool. You have 1 for wood chips. And you have 1 for silage. That would be the biomass plant. And you also have your barn sell point for your bales. The equipment, everything is brand spanking new, so you don't have to worry about old equipment eating up maintenance costs and daily costs. You have a standard loan of $75,000. You have all 3 animal types on the map, and your silage, your storage capacity is 1 million liters. So there you go. That pretty much sums up that. If we take a look at our garage, we have a Deutzfahr, a Case, a Fendt, ranging in horsepower from 143, 145 to 110, which is surprising for me, being an American map, having 2 German tractors right off the bat. You have a Massey Ferguson combine with a corn sunflower header. You have a straight header. You have a small tipper trailer, a plow, a Great Plains seeder, the Butterstead seeder, the Amazon sprayer, a couple weights, and the pickup truck. That is it. So, as we walk over to where the main farm starts, I'm going to give a little spiel. This is a big map. These are big fields, and you start off with very small equipment. So, it's going to be very difficult to get going. And I have not found a nugget on this map at all. So, I don't know. To each their own how they start a map, but to me it's going to be a little bit difficult. A big American map like this with big wide open fields, I would expect big machinery. So you have to ask yourself the question, how are you going to start off with this map? How do you do it in your head? Do you just set a certain amount of money, a certain amount of equipment, and have a go, or what? So I don't know. So that's all interesting to me. In this part of the farm, you have 2 big storage sheds, Quonsets, you know, whatever you like to pull sheds, whatever you like to define them as. Here, the first one, you got a little workshop with a customization point there. But other than that, these sheds are open, they are white, and they are somewhat big. So, one little aspect, you know, a little detail would be cool. It just kind of seems a little bland to me. Here you have 2 bins. I think they're just for looks. I couldn't get anything to fill in a tipper there. Another storage shed here with some of your equipment in your combine, but once again, big, white, bland. I like the roll-up doors. You know, in America, that's basically what the new sheds are consist of, is just big roll-up doors or big bifold doors. I like that. I notice here a little concrete work. It feels like it's not finished, or yeah, it should all be one big slab here. So that just something that just caught my eye. This shed here, more of your equipment in here, but big, open, white. To round it off, you do have two bins here. This is a seed refill bin. This is a fertilizer bin. They do work. I gave it a shot. So, and your pickup is parked here, which tells you where to park because you have parking lanes right here. Yeah, cool. If we get in there, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's simple. 3 buildings, they're sheds. We've all seen that before. If we go across the road, you are going to have your storage area, which you have bins. And to me, I like this. I like the fact because it reminds me of what America is. Big grain bins like this. One for a certain crop. So one bin may be corn, one bin may be soybeans. You don't put 4 crops into one bin. That would not be good. You have your drop-off point here with like a working grain dryer, because it is, you know, the exhaust is coming off the top, so a working grain dryer. And you would have your refill point just alongside of here to fill up. I tried these things, these little augers coming out of the bins. I think they're just for show because they don't actually fill up anything. Coming across the backside, you've got some open-ended storage here, and kind of a little big area here to play with. Once again, some more bins with augers, but they don't serve any purpose. So, to start, there you go. That's kind of the main farm in a nutshell. 2 sides of the road, storage on one side, grain storage, crop storage, and on the other side you have your bins, or your bins. I got that backwards. Your storage sheds. So we look at the map. I am going to go right here. Whoa, get into that car. And come up here, and we're going to start our clockwise motion. I'll put the little mini map on. The first thing you know on the right is field 4, which you do own. Nice size. We'll take a right here. On the left side, field 3, very nice size, which you do own. And just above that is going to be field 1, which you own as well, right there. So the first stop will be what they call the train station. According to the icon on the map, it is a sell point. Big open grass area there, number 2. But when you come in, the sign is cool. I like it. It says Woodhaven Lumber and Millwork. However, it's on the map. It says it is the train station. It's got 2 sides separated by the pond in the middle. So I'm assuming there are icons on the other side where you could dump your logs. This side, it looks like it's just storage. These could be refill points here. Not entirely sure. Looks like you have a fuel refill point there, and you have your sell point here. There is a path to the right which comes through the forest if you want to do some logging, but other than that, we would come across here, across the railroad tracks to this side of it, which to me, the only thing here would be a sell point for lumber right up here in the pond. So this is called the train station, but it looks more like a mill, you know, as the sign out front states. So we'll continue that. We'll come across the top of the map, and the next stop will be the chicken farm. Yes, the chickens, they have their own farm, believe it or not. Come to the road. That's a dead end to the left. Big forest area on the left. You could do lots of logging if that's what floats your boat. But you keep coming across the top of the map, and here you go. Here is the chicken farm, which has a cool aspect. I like this gate. I think that is cool. Logs come out and they fall down. I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool. Here you have Full Heart Farm. Cool sign. Nice fencing. You know, certain parts of this map has great detail. I absolutely love it. Chickens on the right. The eggs do just kind of go up in that open area because I did see a few when I was coming by here before. So they're not collected in one area, it looks like. But here's a chicken farm. You have a house. You have the bale sell point here. And some storage. These grain bins I do not believe serve a purpose. There is no drop-off point. 3 fill points, but I don't think there's no drop-off points. I don't think there's any storage on those. But that's a chicken farm. So, hey, if you like the chicken farm, go nuts. Big field on the left, field number 6 there. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. No, field number field 6, yes. On the right here is field 5. This is the only one that has missions available. It's 4.49 hectares, 363,000. So field prices are spendy. You know, I just did Oakfield. They had a field there that was 25 hectares big, and it was only like 400,000. So big difference in field prices. And that's what I go back to saying. This is a big fields. If you start with what they give you and go for it, you're going to have one heck of a time. So we'll continue on. We'll continue our clockwise motion tour here. And right up here, we come to the first animal farm that we have right in here. And this would be your pigs. This is an interesting farm. You know, and I like the difference between the red and the white, you know, so not every farm has kind of the same looking buildings. I like that. This would be your manure point there. You have some open storage here, which is kind of neat. You know, I don't know if these are new buildings or if they're just reskinned of buildings, but they're cool. Now, here's the interesting thing. On the right, you have like a pig pen with a water fill trough in the middle there, and I believe there was a food trough. Maybe I'm wrong. Thought there was. Was there 2 in here? No. Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah, this is grass and hay here. I wanted to say I thought there was a water one somewhere. Well, it can't be on this side, can it? Did I completely miss it? I must have. Okay. Maybe there isn't one. Nope, I guess not. Okay. So there's nothing on the outside of this for water. There is just food in the middle. Now, here's the interesting thing about this, okay? You have this pig pen here. You do have a water refill point there. You got kind of a, I don't know, a fixer-upper farmhouse here kind of thing. You do got, you know, hey, a little table and chairs outside. Not too shabby. But when you come over here through these drive-through storage sheds, and I think these are just reskins, so I kind of like that because they're not all the same. You have a fuel refill point here. These, I don't know if they work, but this one says liquid fertilizer, so I'm assuming this one might be dry fertilizer. Yep. Now, you do have this building here, okay? which these doors will open, and here is your buy point. So this is buy some pigs, okay? If you hit the button very fast, give it a second, the doors will open, okay? Took me a little bit to figure that out. You just want to tap the button, there is a delay, and the doors will open. Now, in here, you have, looks like a feeding trough, okay? Put your straw probably in here and your food. Those doors open there, so you can drive right through. Now, here you have a separate pig area. And I bought lots of pigs, and I could not get it to where any pigs showed up on this side. So it makes you wonder, how do the pigs get from that pen in over here to the enclosure with the straw and the other feed? So yeah, so little different, little interesting. I like the building, I like the setup, and of course here would be your water. Okay, so the poor pigs over there don't have any water, and how they get over here is beyond me, because the pigs I just bought, show up over here. So, interesting question, I don't know. But that is the pig farm. So you have food over there, food here, water over there, pigs over here, in a nutshell. Okay, and I'm assuming straw is going to go in the middle, we're inside the building, because there is really nothing on the outside of either one of these that show as a possible straw point. So that's that. I know I'm rushing, but it takes a big map to get around, and I got to get it done in a certain time frame when it comes to loading up videos from the PlayStation. So that's why I'm trying to feel like I'm hurrying, and I apologize if I'm coming across that way. Okay, so now, where do we go? We are right here. We're going to continue and these other roads that kind of go up to different fields, by the lake. Those can just be explored. There's no farms or sell points up there, so I'm just going to skip them. Whoa! Careful I don't roll the pickup. And right down this way, this road, as you can see, will cut across the map from one side to the other. So that's how these roads kind of interconnect, if I can say that. So right here would be the OS Pacific Grain. Okay, Oregon Springs Grain. This would be your sell point right here. We've all seen this building before. There's a little place in the back here you can just drive around, but doesn't have any sell points or any particular use. So that is that. Pretty simple. I mean, what else can you say about it? We've seen the building before. It's a sell point. There it is. Have fun. Okay, right next door would be the shop. Okay, standard shop. We've all seen this. Store in the front, ATM machine. You do have a repair customization point here. You do have a building in the back, which, hey, it adds a little bit to it, but whoa. But you know what? For a dealership, it just seems to be missing something. They have these little kind of sell points here. You drive a tractor on. Well, put a darn tractor up there. They're there. Why not put the tractor up there? But it just kind of seems a little bland here. It's just like something's missing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being over particular, or I don't know. But that's just me. So we will continue on. As you can see with that thing, we're just coming down here to the OS Garden Center on the far east side of the map. And that will be right here. Okay, neat place. This gives you a little more feeling of a detail. You've got some bags of either seed or fertilizer, potting soil, whatever. You got some greenhouses, different colors to it. Here you have your manure cell point, your slurry cell point, and you got like a little tree farm back here. See, that's the detail that on certain parts of this map, but on the other parts you don't really see it. So that's just me. Okay. coming up next is the cow farm. So think about this. We've been to the main farm we spawn in, we've been to the chicken farm, and we've been to the pig farm, and now the cow farm. So this is the fourth farm that we will be at. Come along here, the back side of it. Wait for the traffic. And we pull in to Flint Rock Farm. Once again, I like the farm setups. I like the layouts. I like the fences. You look at this one, you know, it looks weathered. It used to be a white paint. The paint's peeling off, where the other ones seem more gray, like natural look. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the farm layout and the farm setup. I'm assuming this would be manure here. You have storage. These doors do open. You have a customization repair point there. That door opens as well. You come over here, you have a fuel refill point. You have a gravity tank here. So no pump or electricity required. Kind of neat. You have some open-ended storage here. This tank, I don't know, but being next to the water tower makes you wonder if it is a water refill point. This door does not open. In here you have your static cows, and they are all enjoying themselves sitting down. Kind of a cool area. This gate here will open up. So I'm assuming you'll probably do your cleaning in here. Because here you would drive through, and I'm assuming do your feeding right here. And I don't know, that's a good question. Do you have to clean out the muck or not, or the manure, or does that automatically spawn there? That's a good question. But on the other end of this would be your buy point or your unload point. So, well, I guess I have to borrow some money. I only have one cow, but this is a huge cow pasture. And there is our one cow walking around. Inside here, you do have a water trough. I don't think there's anything else on the outside of it, just the highway here, but it goes on there forever. So water in here, and the feed would be back into the building. Would be my guess. That poor cow. I just bought that poor cow. Well, why do I have two cows? Did I buy two cows? I must have bought two cows. I only had money for one. Okay, well, there they go. Poor cows. I bought them, and now I'm going to leave them, and I'm never going to feed them. My bad, cows. Sorry about that. But yeah, static cows, they are happy and content. Hey, look at that. They even have tags in their ears. Very cool. And here would be a food trough on the outside as well. On the other half here, you do have some storage buildings here. You have some drive-through storage here. And you have a nice little farmhouse over here, all fenced in. I like that. You got a little windmill with like probably a water pump underneath. A little lake on the other side here. This could be a water refill point here. Very well could be. Doesn't do anything. But that is here. Little pontoon over there. Is that what that is? Little pontoon boat? Or not a pontoon boat. I mean, I was thinking of a paddle boat. Is that a paddle boat? Oh, little covered rowboat. I can't walk out there. Why can't I walk out there? I can't get out there. Collisions along the water. So I'm wondering if your pickup truck gets driving there. I can't get out there, huh? Okay. There, so be it. Little barn here with like a little off-road picnic area. Stars and stripes in the window. That's what kind of it looks like. Little wayside rest. You know, as we have here. Rest areas, wayside rest. Yep. Okay, let's get back to the pickup. I'm anxious to try out that water now. I couldn't walk through it, but... So that is the cow farm. So there you go. Farm number 4. The cow. Oh, hey, I almost forgot that. You have 2 silage bunkers here. Big silage bunkers. Very cool. Hey, and you know what? I'm sure I am missing lots, but in a short period of time, you kind of got to do what you got to do. Now I'm just curious if I hit a wall. Yep, I hit a wall. So you wouldn't have to worry about losing control of your car and flying into the water. You can't get in there. We will continue this way. So now, if you open the big map, we are just continuing our path down here to the blue line feeds, another sell point. A couple what windmills, wind turbines. But we'll come in here first. This is the blue line feeds, extra profit feeds is what they say. Kind of a different looking building. Here you have a train, no practical purposes, but a train. You have a sell point where you have to back up into there. You have a fuel refill point there, and the rest is kind of just decoration. You can drive around the back side. Cool building, something different. These I don't know if they work. That would be something to try out. And a little drive-through where you would load up if you were doing that. Train's a little different. Train's a little neat. Kind of like it. Even has their logo on the side of it. Pretty cool. So that is blue line feeds. Over here, we have another farm. So farm number 5. If you look at the map, it's not labeled or anything. It just says a fuel refill point, but this would be another farm. So what does this tell you? This map is a perfect multiplayer map. And I'm thinking this is a... You have the auger here with the unloading arm. This would be where you would fill up the bin. And over here at this auger is where you would get your crops out. So I'm assuming this is a grain silage. It's just set up that way. I've never tried it, but that's my assumption to it. So you have a big open area here. You have some bins. You have some big, tunnel bins, if you want to call them, Quonsets, whatever. Looks like they do have spotlights up top. In here, you have another storage building, which all these doors will open up. But once again, big, white, bland, in my opinion. You've seen one, you've seen them all. And on this side, you have a fuel refill point here. You have some open-ended bins. Once again, you have these bins here and these. So these ones say liquid. So, you know, if they do work, the one would be liquid. These two would be dry. But I guess I haven't tried it. All these doors will open up. Here you have a customization repair point there. See, here you got this one with some detail, but it's just in the corner. You know, it looks brand spanking new, never been used, like it's just been built and you can have your go at it. So yeah, so this is farm number 5. Yep, multiplayer. You got all these different farms. You could set one player up per farm and you could go to town. So, continuing on. Now, if you look at the thing, we are cutting across the bottom side of the map. We will come up here, we will curve to the right, and then we will take a left, and we will reach the sheep farm, the last animal farm that we have to see. And once again, I like the fact that it's a different color. You've got a big sheep right out front, so you know you're at the sheep farm. And of course, the sign does tell you North Star Sheep Farm. You have just a water refill trough there. You've got some open things there. This is a barn that does not have any purpose. I'm assuming this would be the wool spawn point right in front of the barn. you got a house out here. The guy looks like was working on his little radio. He already got mad and threw it on the ground, but it's there. I can pick it up. Here, I'll put it back on the table for him. Yeah, maybe the wind. Whoa! I don't need to take it with me. There. Oh, now the object's too heavy. But yeah, little farmhouse here. And right here would be your sheep. I like this. Your buy point here. I'll tell you what, real quick. Just because I bought the other ones, I better buy some sheep. But I ran out of money, so we have to borrow some. Okay. We will buy. There we go. And hello. Hello. On the outside here, you do have your food trough right there. I believe water is in the middle. Yes, water is right here. And at the end, you have this cool looking building, which I really like. I think it's neat. I wish it was more interactive. You know, like sheep could go in it. You know, it looks like it does have some kind of a trough, but the gate doesn't work. You can't go in there. But other than that, I think it's pretty darn cool. Look at that, it even got a chimney. I wonder if it used to be an old house at one point in time, because why would you have a chimney in the middle of the sheep barn? But oh well. What is it going to go on the inside? Huh. No, I guess not. These doors can't open up. Nope. Okay, there's a sheep. Water in the middle. Feed on the outside. Wool spawn over there. Pretty simple. You know, not a big farm, not a farm that you're going to say, hey, I'm going to start an operation from. But, you know, hey, if you want to be a sheep farmer, and go to town. Okay, continuing on. Now we are just cutting across the bottom side of the map. We have the last of these sell points to visit, and that would be pretty much it. So we're going to turn in here, and this would be the sawmill, and a gate that you have to get out and open up, and the sign does say Woodhaven Lumber and Millwork, the same one that we saw at the train station. Now this would be a PC version here. Would be what do you put in it? You put straw, fuel, wood chips, and you build out the lumber pallets or whatever. Right there, those hazard markings I'm assuming would be your lumber drop-off point. This over here would be your wood chip drop-off, wood chip sell point. This one's kind of cool. You can drive through it. Open the gate. Holy buckets, that is one strong gate. You see that? It just flipped my whole pickup over, practically. Okay. If you went left here, this would take you outside of the map. There is kind of a road joining up. This would be also an egg sell point. This is the diner, another sell point right here. And on the back side of it, I just like this because it reminds you of a little motel. And in my neck of the woods, every town has a hotel like this, an L-shaped motel. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Over here, you have, oh, this is just a little area of kind of like a little couple houses here. Little area of town. And up here you have the butcher market. What does it say? Western Daughters Butcher Shop. Meat and provisions. So here's where you would buy your animals. Right here. That's pretty cool. Looks like you have like an old courthouse here. Maybe it's even the school, kind of the city center. A little water tower. Not many people walking around though. Another old little house up there. And finally, we have the last area the BGA, or the biomass plant. The B, what is it called? BG biomass? I have to look it up. Oh, let's do this real quick. I'm sorry. Right here, we have the placeable area. Right here, you don't have to purchase it. You can use it for whatever you want. Little open shed there, and this big placeable area. Like I said, you don't have to buy it. It's free to use. If you went in and chose something, you can go ahead and place it. There it is. So, yeah. So you can make another farm here. So is that 6 now? I think that'd be 6 possible farms. Speed limit 50 miles an hour. And here is the last place, the BTS biomass plant. Open the door. There it is, the rotating beacon that has the flashing lights. Pretty neat. You have a scale here you would drive across. Does it work? Yes, it does. Okay. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 silage bunkers there. You have your load point here, your Flegel right there. I'm assuming this would be where you would pick up your digestate right here. So it's a biogas plant. There it is. You do have actually a couple of sheds here that you can use. These doors do open up, so you could use that if you wanted to for whatever purposes. That is totally up to you. Same with this one. That opens up fuel refill point here, and here again you have seed and fertilizer refill points, which makes you wonder. See, there's 2 different kinds. There's these that I know do work, and then they have that other, just the regular tan one that says Meridian on it, I believe. So it makes me wonder if those work or not. You have another scale here and another entrance to the biomass plant, the Oregon Springs BTS biogas plant. Okay, there you have it. So basically that's the whole map. Open it up here. We went around the whole outside. We saw all the sell points. We saw the placeable area. Yeah. Now they did say there was 2 contractor areas, and I don't know where the other one is or what they're considering that. Maybe they called it that one farm an area. I don't know, but I don't see anything on the map. If we go into, you know, I don't know. I don't see anything. You know, that's the shop. You know, we've seen all the farms. There's really no other area that kind of stands out to me as being the placeable area, unless it was changed between the PC version and the console version. That I don't know. But right here is that one that we looked at right there. And, you know, like I said, everything is kind of on the outside perimeter. All the middle, well, except for your sheep here, I suppose. But, you know, you just got fields and some intertwining roads in the middle. So, yeah. But that pretty much is it. That is Oregon Springs. And I want to be clear, I kind of feel bad that I feel like I've been knocking this map, and I'm not. I think it's, you know, I like it. I think it has a lot of great aspects to it. It certainly does have that American feel to me. You know, I think it is a lot like what Oregon farming is like. So on that aspect, you know, it has great things. It is, in my mind, you know, not size-wise big, but big as in the fact that big farms, big fields, and you start off with small equipment. So you're going to have to, I don't know, to each their own. However you play it is totally up to you. You know, I think it's set up for a good multiplayer map just by all the farms that it has. You can set that up, or, you know, if it was me and I was going to play this map, you know, maybe just say, okay, I got 3 million, and start from there and go up from there. Or say I'm going to stock up good on one farm, and as I keep getting bigger and bigger, I'm just going to keep buying all the different farms or whatever. But, you know, that's just me. So with that said, I want to thank you for joining us on this little map tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, maybe even a little entertaining. If you did, give us a like. We would greatly appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we would appreciate you doing that as well. I did post my map tour of Oakfield Farm. That is up. So lots going on, lots of options for people to play. But with that said, Farmer Ben here from Oregon Springs 17 telling you, have yourself a great day and keep in between the ditches. So long.